Over the years, rains have made Delhi's Minto Road underpass, Mumbai's Gandhi Market near the King Circle, and Chennai's northern suburbs quite famous. Mumbai won't forget the 2005 flood anytime soon, as over 1,000 people had lost their lives. Nearly 2 decades later, the maximum city still comes to a grinding halt when it rains. Earlier this month, parts of the city were inundated in waist-deep water. And it is not just India's financial capital. Majority of urban areas lack effective storm water drainage. Add to that unplanned development, encroachment of natural drainage corridors, and climate change, and it becomes a perfect storm. And the economic impact of flooding is also damaging. Mumbai lost 14,000 crore rupees to floods due to heavy rainfall between 2005 and 2015. The Brihan Mumbai Stormwater Disposal System, or BRIMSTOWAT, project to overhaul the city's old stormwater drainage system was proposed after the 1985 floods. However, work finally started after the 2005 deluge. The project, which included building 8 major pumping stations, was yet to be completed as of January this year. Till that point, only 6 pumping stations had been built. The BRIMSTOWAT project was to cost 616.30 crore rupees when it was proposed in 1991. It was meant to be completed in 12 years. As of April 2021, 2,439.35 crore rupees had been spent on it, and an additional investment of 2,700 crore rupees was still needed. Let's move on to the national capital. Delhi's first drainage master plan was prepared in 1976. Even in 2022, the capital is still operating on the same plan. The Delhi government has been trying to put in place a new plan for years now. In December last year, the state government decided to engage consultants to solve the problem after finding that the plan prepared by IIT Delhi had no actionable points. The Public Works Department was supposed to start the tendering process for consultants by January and have them engaged by March. However, as of July this year, there was no indication that a consultancy had been appointed. Even if the PWD had stuck to its original time frame, a national daily had said that the drainage master plan would be prepared only by March 2023. Delhi's drainage system would be redeveloped by 2025. In October last year, a Controller and Auditor General report had highlighted that the Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagar Palike, or BBMP, had not removed 714 encroachments out of the 2,626 identified near water bodies. Of the 23 significant encroachments, 16 were not even on BBMP's list. Also, the IT capital's stormwater drains were not directly connected to its water bodies. In some places, the runoff water was flowing into constructed deviation canals. CAG found that this increased the chances of flash floods. Storm drains in many Indian cities were designed for a rainfall intensity of 12 to 20 mm per hour, which is insufficient for the current rainfall standards. They will have to be replaced or retrofitted. This will require funding. Managing waterlogging falls to the states and UTs and is one of the functions of their urban local bodies. An RBI analysis of 2017-18 data of 221 municipal bodies across India found that nearly half of the bodies were under high fiscal stress, given their limited ability to raise own revenues. Another recent central bank study found that 70% of surveyed urban local bodies had seen a worsening in revenues and an increase in expenditure due to the pandemic. Thus, there is a question mark on how quickly India can build up to its urban stormwater infrastructure. But some progress has been made. Till April this year, under the Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, states and union territories had taken up 799 projects worth 2,952 crore rupees for the elimination of 3,770 waterlogging points. And out of that, till April, 633 projects worth 1,180 crore rupees had been completed, which had resulted in the elimination of 2,300 waterlogging points.
That you can't manage what you can't measure. So now when we look at Indian cities, there is no proper mapping of underground drains, right? So all urban local bodies, need to have a contour map and drainage map of their city, which will tell them about the existing situation and where the new drainage needs to come up, based on land contours that aid the natural flow of water. That's one. The second is we need to manage what we have. And that means first strengthening operations and management systems. So monitoring the drain health. And we have many sort of companies and new technology which can help with that. Like fluid robotics, for example, which looks at drain health, which looks at, where the water is flowing, quantities and all of that. The final thing is, urban planning and management. So where we build matters. Master plans and development control regulations need to take into account carrying capacities of the infrastructure and ensure proper infrastructure provisioning in new development areas, especially in the peripheries of cities. And also we need to look at natural solutions, nature-based solutions and sponge city concepts. So 75% of India's 2050 infrastructure is yet to be built, and how we build it will make the difference between climate vulnerability and climate resilience.
A June 2020 Ministry of Earth Sciences Climate Change Assessment Report had noted how the increased frequencies of heavy rainfall had enhanced flood risk all over India, particularly in urban areas. This requires an urgent fix. Also, the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs should start maintaining data on economic loss and deaths due to waterlogging to help us assess the overall damage.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
सब अच्छी दिख रही हैं यार, कौन सी खरीदूं?
ये तो वही बात हुई, 4,000 शेयर्स लिस्टेड है, कौन सा लूं?
वो तो सबसे आसान है।
तुझे 5 पैसा नहीं पता?
अब तो सबको पता है। 5 पैसा पर है 4,000 स्टॉक्स की रिसर्च, टेक्निकल टूल्स और इन्वेस्टमेंट आइडियाज। डाउनलोड 5 पैसा नाउ।
अब तो सबको पता है, investing made easy and rewarding with 5 paisa. Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.